Hi, Awesomes. In this video, we're going to talk about graphic use, or the specific title here is how to put a photo in a wikiHow article. And I think they kind of by and large are referring to photos as any and all graphic uses. And as you recall, for our particular assignment, each one of our steps does need an accompanying graphic, an accompanying photo or picture for each one of the steps. And so this is also a good example to kind of show. We talked about how some of the, again, the formatting, or like in the writer's guide, as we've talked about, if you feel that yours needs to be broken up in part one, parts, or in methods, this is a good example of one that is done by method. So they're going to go through and show us these methods. So how do you put a photo on a wikiHow, right? So the first one is you share your own images, right? You've created your own images and you own or you have the copyright to them. Then you can upload them to wikiHow and use them in your steps. All right. So, and it shows you how to do that. Click the edit tab. And I like how they kind of like showing you exactly how to put these in here. Place your cursor, at the very end of the step. And then, of course, you're going to insert that image, add your image to the step as one method, right? So the other thing I want to point out, too, is that through this method, you then have steps, right? So you'll notice that we are in method one. And the step one is click on the edit tab. You've already got your picture that you've taken, right? Maybe you've done your own photos, right? Step two, place your cursor at the end of the step. Three, add the image in, right? It's going to ask you for the location. And then choose your image, right? You find it on your computer, right? Add it. I think most of us are pretty familiar with how to like add an image. You choose from your own computer, right? Add the file name. And then pick the license. The default is a Creative Commons, and that works just fine. And then insert the image. Boom, it comes in, right? And then if you need to adjust it, it gives you the different details. Then there's method two, is you add images that are not your own, and this is where you can reuse licensed images that you found elsewhere on wikiHow, right? And so you could click on this one for how to reuse a wikiHow image on wikiHow, because these a lot of times can be very, very beneficial. And these, I don't want to say that they're obvious, but you could definitely tell a lot of the wikiHow images, the characters, generally pretty much the same, and you can find those, and it shows you how to not only find those, but how you then can use them, right? How you can insert them and use them into yours, right? And so you can, like I said, they kind of have their own style to them, right? And it goes through too and shows you how to use their own images, right? So if you have a step that you want to show somebody doing something in the kitchen, or you want to show somebody doing something with a bike tire or whatever, you can then go and look for those. You can also send in a request to the visual team. I don't know what their turnaround time is, so check in on that to see what you think. But I'm going to go back to the. So that was that was method two, right? Adding images that are not your own. That one option is to reuse a wiki image that's already out there, right? Because they are free and clear of any. You don't have to worry about copyright issues. No one's going to flag your wikiHow article because you've used ones that are not licensed. And then if you want to find and import freely licensed images into wikiHow, there's also believe it or not, yeah, that's right. Right, there's a how-to, right? So you can go in and you can do that. You can also go to Creative Commons to look for images that are free and available for use. But this is very important that you can't, or you shouldn't, put it this way, you shouldn't just Google something that you want an image of, right? And select images under Google and then just start borrowing things, because a lot of those are going to be copywritten, right? And if you post something that's been copywritten, they're going to yank it down really, really quickly. So just FYI. So I would stick with doing your own or using the ones on WikiHow. They're very, very, very good. They've got almost an image for just about everything. I found students have really found them very, very easy to use and find. So that's kind of an overview of photos using graphics. Recall, we need one for each one of our steps, and just be careful with the ones you find. All right, guys, stay safe, stay awesome. Bye now.